done this once, and I'll see if I can make it faster this time, because you can always slow it down to watch it. So first thing you always do is take the background and make a copy, because you always want to have the background available. Now there's a thing you can do with the thing that's not the background. It's called under Properties, Quick Actions. And sometimes you have to turn it off and back on to find it. It says Remove Background. It adds a layer mask, and it's sometimes good and sometimes In this case, we lost some tail, a little puppy, and there's something going on here that we're going to check out. It's because we have the bottom one, we can see what's going on. So we've got stuff here that shouldn't be, and we've got stuff here that should be, and there's a little gap there. And when we look, the gap is because of something that if we undid the mask, it would just be a blue cloth, not puppy. So let us, well, one thing to do is to take the background, copy it, and then make it less opaque, like that. So then you kind of know where you're supposedly working. Okay, so I'm going to come back to the layer mask, zoom in, and the first thing we'll do, I'm going to color back in the place with the gap with white, because white is show up, black is cover or hide. And then I'm going to use my bracket tool to make the brush smaller. I'm going to come up here to the clone tool, make it smaller, and I'm going to use Option, maybe Control, I'm not sure which, on the PC, and select a spot, and then come down, oops, and then I did it again. So now I've got to not be on this layer, I have to, on the layer mask, I need to be on the actual picture. Okay, so now that I did that, what am I doing now? Opacity, let's go ahead and bring it up to 100. Sometimes I gotta figure out what I'm doing here. It's odd. What's going on? Oh, I know. Paint back in on white. No, I'm really screwing it up. I don't want to have to start over again. Every time I do this, it's like, it's an obvious thing. What is it? It's usually selected, which I don't think it is. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and come back and do that in a minute. So right now, I'm going to go to the mask. Oh, I know exactly what I did, duh, I think. So now I'm going to paint with white on the mask. Very good. Instead of 30% opacity. Okay, we got it. I was working on the wrong layer. That's what it was. Did that before. That was a little bit weird. Okay, so in this case, we'll put the tail back in, and if you'll notice, there's a little pink there from the toy. But when we make it black and white, it won't be that way. Turn that on and see that I got a little foot to draw back in. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and put that in. Because what I was doing before, filling it in with the clone tool, actually happened. But because I was over here, it ended up, you couldn't see it because it was masked. But now it's not. So let's move in on it. Go back, and I'm moving fast because of the video thing, but you guys can replay it. Okay, so I want black, smaller brush, get some of that fuzz out. Now, this over here, I can see that needs to go away. I'm painting with black on the mask, and that gets away. By the way, there are many, many, many ways to select and do things. This mask business is the best. Because it's non-destructive, you can go back and change it, tweak it. It doesn't take it away, it just covers it up. Bigger brush. So that's good. I should be timing this, because what I think I'm going to do is this video in little parts. Alright, so what we have now done is we've got the dog selected away from the background. Okay. Several things to do, but we want to do this for laser, so I'm going to do one more step before I pause and then do a second video. So I'm going to take this layer this adjustment layer, it's called. Then click on black and white, and this puts it on top of everything. Now, anywhere it is, it works on what's under it. So at this, you put it on the top, it works on there. Interestingly, our doggy is a yellow dog. Well, what this, that helps us look and see, oops, sorry, I like to pull it so I can see it. Okay, by the way, we're going to work on this too. This is the light right there, and he is missing part of his snout. We'll have to put that back too. All right, so yellow dog. You take the yellow and you make it all the way to the end, and look, he became a black dog, sort of. And I also see these checkerboard thingies, like the pixels. I don't particularly like that, so let's do one more thing real quick. I'm going to go to Image, Image Size, and instead of dealing with a very large screen size, I'm going to change it to 300 and make this 6. It depends. It's best to make it like close to the size you're going to actually print it, but in this case 6 should be fine at 300, even if you stretch it a little bit. Okay. So now we have a better pixel smooth. Photoshop does this better than GIMP or anybody else. It does an algorithm, a math that helps it get to how to best do it, like the pixels. So it's smoother and we don't have those chopped up squares that we had before. All right. By the way, making it small and big, I'm using Command minus to make it smaller. View it smaller. Command plus to make it larger. Command 0 to put it in the middle. All right. I'm going to work on some of the shadowing and stuff. Let's go back real quick and look at this. Just for grins and giggles, where we want the colors. I like to have some grays in there. You do need to have some high contrast, but I do like to have some middle a little bit. And see, this is going to be a personal thing, because you might like it with more light or dark or more whatever, so it's one way to play with it to see which way you like it. Okay, we'll need a little more detail in the snout is good for me. Why the heck his nose is blue, I don't know, but there you go. All right, so I'm going to stop this video merely because apparently it doesn't like long videos. So I have to actually pause it, and then I'll come back and do the second one.